These are the top 10 best minimalist pop-up wallets we've tested here at Gear 43. And starting with number 10 is the Fantom M Wallet. But before we get into that wallet, I do have two different things I do need to say really quick before we get started. Number one, if you think any of these wallets right here are right for you, I do have links down in the description in the top comment. They are paid links and help us out with a commission, or they might be a link to our shop if it's something that we personally carry. And then number two, every one of these was given to me by their respective brand, and let's get right into number 10 again. And again, that is the Fantom M Wallet right here. Now, this is the bamboo version, which is the lighter kind of wood version on the exterior, and it is a horizontally ejecting wallet where you eject the cards out the side of the wallet rather than the top like most of the other ejector wallets on this list. But its really big party trick is that it is MagSafe. So on the rear of this is a magnet. It can fit on any device that uses MagSafe technology. As for the upsides, I really do like this bamboo. I think it's a really, really nice look to it, which is very different than a lot of the other metal kind of ejector style wallets out there. The ejector tab is also one of my favorite features as it's really, really smooth and it has kind of a soft close mechanism so that this doesn't just jerk back. And then finally, of course, that MagSafe functionality is super, super nice. Being able to put it on the back of your iPhone and now a few Androids that are coming out, that is a huge feature that just makes a big difference for a lot of people. If they don't want to take around two different devices, one being a wallet and one being their phone, you can just slap it on the back of your iPhone and you're good to go. Now, as for the downsides to this wallet, I did find that the bamboo does like to kind of scratch a little bit more often. You kind of get lasting marks that do stay there permanently pretty easily, especially if you keep it in the same pocket as your keys. I still don't like money clips, which is what you get for this one. And I even found that the money clip was marring the bamboo. And so I just removed that money clip. I wouldn't recommend adding it. I just find it was too tight and just didn't really work for me. And then I also did find that sometimes cards would get stuck when I was trying to put them back in or take them out, which doesn't happen with a lot of the other wallets. It doesn't happen all the time with this one, but it is a bit of a downside if you're in a bit of a hurry. Now, number 9 is the Lorzor carbon fiber. Some of its fancy features are that it has carbon fiber on the outside. It has a spring-loaded ejector mechanism that ejects the cards out. It doesn't push them out like most card ejector mechanisms. It actually ejects them out with like a little spring in the bottom here. Now, I really did like that spring ejector mechanism. It's really kind of cool. You can see it really forces it out the top of it. It's just a cool functionality that a lot of other wallets don't have. So if you're wanting something spring-loaded, just a little bit fancier, it's kind of cool. You don't see that in many wallets yet. I also found that it's a really, really good price point. It's one of the lower priced units on this list. So if you're looking for a good pop-up minimalist wallet and you're kind of on a budget, this might be a really good option for you. I also really liked the carbon fiber that you find on both sides of the wallet. It doesn't scratch like a lot of the other carbon fiber wallets that you see out there where you just constantly have scratches. Ekster is a good example of that. And then I did find that the money clip on the back of this wallet actually works pretty well. It has the right amount of tension on it so that you can get cards and cash in there in and out. And so it's one of the few money clips I used and actually kind of liked. As for downsides, it doesn't have a huge capacity. You really only have a 6-card capacity on the interior of the wallet, and then maybe you can fit one inside of the money clip there, but that's not very many. I wish it did have like an expansion plate like you see on some of the other wallets on this list. And then finally, with that spring-loaded mechanism in there, it is a plastic mechanism in the bottom, and I haven't extensively used a spring-loaded mechanism too much, so I am a little bit worried about reliability in the long term. Now, number 8 is another carbon fiber wallet, and this is the Double Oak Trak carbon fiber wallet. And I really like this. Double Oak makes some really, really good products, and it's also the first one on this list that offers a trackability option. In this case, it actually uses a plate that slides down right here, and inside you will see a little tracking card that is removable, and it just tracks like an iOS Find My device. The nice thing is it is a removable tracking card, so you can charge it up, and if you wanted to use it in a different wallet, you can do that. Now on the back, they do use an expansion plate, which I really like because you can put cards inside of that expansion plate. And then it has a cash strap that goes all the way around it to be able to keep cash on this side. Now, a major downside to adding that tracker card that's built in is it did steal away a little bit of capacity from the wallet, as you can only have up to 5 on the interior of the wallet, whereas the other Double Oak wallets can handle 7. So that is a bit of a trade-off. Overall, it is a really high quality wallet. It feels nice and reasonably priced for something that's trackable. As for another thing I didn't like, it does have a little bit more of a fabric-y feeling cash strap around it, and those tend to allow it to just kind of stuff to move around a little bit more than a lot of the other wallets that you see out there. And then I did find that this little cash clip right here that is on this, that is on the other side of that cash strap, It is a little bit difficult sometimes to get cash behind it, and that's a bit of a bummer. All right, so number 7 is a different wallet that I was not expecting. So that is the number 7. This is Travando Money Clip Bogata. And I have to say this is the cheapest wallet on this list and has some of the most premium features that some of the much more expensive wallets don't even have. So how this works is basically you take this faceplate and you slide it down and it ejects the cards out the top. You have this kind of like little thing right here, and what that does is it hides the cards, and when you put them back in, is it hides over top of it. Only one other company on this list has it where the faceplate moves like that, and that's your ejecting mechanism. I really like that. On the interior of the wallet is an all metal ejector mechanism, which I think there's only 1 or 2 on this list that have that outside of this, and being such a cheap wallet, that is a feature that I haven't seen anywhere in this price bracket. Now, as for the upsides of this wallet, my favorite feature is its sound. I do also prefer that metal ejector mechanism that we find in the wallet because you're going to have a lot better reliability than any other plastic mechanism because it's less likely to break. I do like this unique closure mechanism where it has that kind of face that rolls over top of it. It's just different, again, than other wallets. And then finally, that amazing price point just beats all of the other wallets on this list. As for downsides, the cards do have a tendency to get stuck. So when this little thing right here kind of wants to go back, sometimes it goes back a little bit too fast and catches the cards before they go down into the card mechanism. And so you kind of have to do a 2-step process as you let it go a little bit, let them fall down, and then you close it. It's a bit of a weird kind of learning that you have to do with the wallet as you get used to it. And going back to that money clip, I wish it had a cash strap version because that generally is my preference, especially if you can have an expansion plate with it. So number 6 is the Ekster Wallet Pro, and this is definitely the version you should get if you want the bifold version of an Ekster. I would highly recommend doing the upgrade over the standard wallet. I am not a fan of the standard wallet. It has a plastic card holder, plastic mechanism, a 2-year warranty. It's not that good, but the Ekster Wallet Pro is a huge upgrade and totally worth it if you are looking for a bifold, but with a card ejector built into it. This has a metal card ejector mechanism. It has a 7 card capacity on the interior of the card holder, and it has that lifetime warranty. And I have to say the leather is light years better than the standard wallet. It is 100% worth the upgrade to go with this. But the only real drawback to this wallet is its size. Anytime you put a card holder inside of a bifold design, it does make it a lot thicker, and this wallet suffers from that just like all the others. Because of the better leather, it should form a little bit better as you use it over time. It definitely suffers from being the master of none and just good enough with everything. But if you are looking for that, this is the one to get. Now, before we get to number 5, which is this wallet right here, I will say if you found this video at all helpful, I do recommend you subscribing to this channel as I have a lot of videos like this coming out here soon. And also don't forget to like this video as it gets it out to more people if you do that for me. Now, getting back to the Groove Life Wallet 3.0, which is our number 5 pick here. Now, it has a 6 card capacity on it. It has a money clip on the rear of it, and it is 100% better than the past 2 generations of this wallet. It does have the same kind of face that where you push up and the cards come out the top. They've added a little notch here, which makes it so much easier to kind of get grip on the face of the wallet. And this is just a very, very satisfying wallet. It's high quality, well built, and I just really have nothing too bad to say about it. With the only real downside being its low card capacity of only 6. And by the way, do not put 7 in it, as you may not get all of your cards back because they do get jammed. It likes to be able to put 7 into it, but you just can't get the 7 out without some real struggles. Now, number 4, we're starting to get up there with the best of the best in the pop-up slim minimalist leather wallet industry. And the number 4 version that I really like is this Double Oak Slim Wallet. And this has my favorite leather of any wallet, not just on these pop-up wallets. And it has a leather surround around a removable card ejector. The outside of the wallet, you have an ability to be able to put cards in the cache in the exterior. But the cool thing is just a removable card holder right here that has a 7 card capacity. And its big party trick is that it is mag safe. Really, really nice to be able to throw it on the back of your phone and have a standard card ejector that you can put in a leather surround if you want to, but you don't have to. You can just throw it on the back of your phone or use it as a normal wallet. It really does have high quality. The aluminum exterior of that wallet is nice. The leather is really nice. And honestly, it has a really good price for what it is. And for those that are worried about their cards falling out of a card holder, it does have a little button here. This is how you eject the cards, but it's also how you push up and it locks the cards into place, which is really cool. They don't come out because they are locked into place. And that brings us to number 3, which is the Fantom X. Now, we talked about the Fantom M Wallet earlier in this video, but this is definitely my favorite version of their wallet. This is their kind of darker grain wood version, but the Fantom X is not different because of the wood. It's actually different because they got rid of the MagSafe functionality and replaced it with the ability to be able to swap out accessories on the outside of the wallet. Of course, you still have the same horizontally ejecting mechanism right there and the soft close mechanism. It's really nice, but you can undo these screws right here and swap it out for a bunch of different things, including ID holders. This is a really cool, you can kind of add cash in there, but you have a cash strap version and a bunch of other accessories to be able to swap out. You can purchase them at the time of purchase and be able to make it exactly the way you want it on your wallet. It is really, really cool. The only real downside, it has all the same kind of general pros and cons of the Fantom M, but the only downside to having those accessories is it does make it quite a bit thicker, which is a bit of a bummer because it is quite a bit thicker than a lot of the other wallets on this list. But overall, this is an incredibly high quality, well thought out. I really like the wood finish on these wallets, and bar none, it is probably one of the highest quality ones on this list. Now, my final 2 wallets on this list were actually a toss-up, and I went back and forth on which one was the best. So honestly, you just really have to choose which one's best for you and go with that. However, my number 2 pick is the Lorzor Wallet Pro. We did talk about a Lorzor already. It has the same ejector mechanism where it's spring-loaded just with a button right there. But this one is a smart wallet instead of being a carbon fiber, and I really like this version. I think it's very uniquely styled and having kind of the circuit boards all being clear and visible. It isn't a card, it actually is built into the wallet. It is rechargeable using a wireless charger, and it works really well and is cool. I have really appreciated this wallet. I'm actually honestly really surprised at how high up on this list this wallet is, because I really was not expecting much from Lorzor. I really wasn't. They were going to send me a bunch of wallets and I was going to try them out, and I thought they were just going to be cheapo. I thought it was a cheapo brand, but when I got this in the wallet we talked about earlier on this list, I was impressed because they're just bringing a lot of functions and honestly really good quality at an awesome budget price. So if you're somebody that likes clear tech, this is an awesome one for you. And that spring-loaded mechanism that we talked about in this wallet is again a bit of a worry for me in how reliable it is, especially since both of these wallets do have a little hole in the bottom where you can stick what I assume is a paper clip into that hole to push them out. That just kind of tells me they are having backup for a failure. But that hasn't happened to me yet. You've seen some other wallets in this list that I've jammed more than this one. And that leads me to the number 1 pick on this list, and I have to say, it is the Ekster Cardholder Pro. This is truly an amazing wallet that I have been impressed with like no other. By the way, I go through a lot of wallets. I have over 70 in my collection, so going back to a wallet is actually pretty rare. Well, I started using it again the other day, and it just continues to impress me. It has the full metal card ejector mechanism. It has rounded corners now, which is better than the old version. It has a 7 card capacity on the interior. It has the best card holder I've seen that's the most reliable and easiest to use and smoothest to use of really any wallet. It has the rubber cash strap on here where it doesn't slide around. It has the expansion plate, which is customizable based on if you want a money clip or no money clip, and it comes with both versions. And there just aren't many things to complain about with this wallet. It is just a really, really good deal that just when it comes to ejector card mechanism pop-up wallets, this really is the best, and I have not seen one that can knock it out of this place. Oh, and did I also mention that it does come with the Pro's version of the lifetime warranty? Well, it does. And the only real downside I have with this wallet is its size. It is a little bit taller than a lot of the other card holders out there, especially when it's compared to a non-pop-up wallet, because a lot of people do compare these to the Ridge wallets, which again is not a pop-up wallet and does not belong on this list, but it is cross-shopped by a lot of people. This is a bit of a larger, and not necessarily like width-wise, but height-wise to a lot of other card holders and just other wallets in general. So that is a bit of a bummer, but I will say it's not noticeable in your pocket on a day-to-day basis. Now, if you liked this video but preferred to not have a pop-up wallet, and maybe I've talked you out of pop-up wallets in general, I'd recommend checking out this video that's on the screen right now that is my slim leather wallets, as they have gotten pretty good as well.